मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई कि सज्जाद इब्राहिम has gotten this honorary degree. आपको पता है कि कई सालों से he's been the backbone of the community and great work he does, philanthropy he's known for. So जब मुझे पता चला कि they're honoring him, I was very happy to be here and support him.
Penny come, please come. And we recognized him also for the humanitarian of the year, Trillium Foundation, वगैरह वगैरह. ये Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim, now Dr. Sajjad, we are honored. Keeps a low profile, but an amazing person. We'll please.
Credit card statements, it can be very overwhelming.
Sir, you are more than welcome. Please आइए स्टेशन पे आइए डिपार्ट से, so that हम लोगों को बता सकें कि unnecessary expense में जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. If I am in a trouble, it's me who has to look after myself. And at that point, वो कहते हैं ना कि जब इंसान को अंधेरा होता है तो वहाँ तो साया भी साथ छोड़ जाता है. तो इसलिए everybody has to be very cautious and wise. जब आप दूसरों के लिए दूसरों के मुताबिक मत ज़िंदगी गुजारिए, वैसे गुजारिए जितने अपने रिसोर्सेज.
वो कहते हैं जितना आपके खाना आ जाएगा जो आपके क्या कहते हैं कपड़े आप जो पहन सकते हैं जो आप सर के ऊपर वो
देखिए उसको सिंपल में है कि जितनी चादर है उतना कम है.
बिल्कुल. थैंक यू.
बहुत शुक्रिया नदीम भाई.
My English is better than my Urdu, so I'll be happy to communicate in English to you. Saturday in December.
All good messages come out कि हमारी कम्युनिटी ने कुछ ना कुछ करते रहते हैं. Dr. Sajjad, going to Bama from Continue Chamber.
Yeah, उसने पूरी टेक्नोलॉजी पैकेज दिया. Every unit will have an internet, regardless. You don't have to apply. उसमें हर एक में iPad लगा होगा, security.
हाँ, exactly. जो आज के स्मार्ट होम
सारी चीजें हमने. Yeah, we are doing all that.
I meet some people and it's on a Saturday morning, the first Saturday in December. Celebration, the way that we see
Person has come a long way. He used to be McGill and Bishop Road.
Well, I'm just one of those people that forgot mine or something. Listen, it takes one to know one. Would you mind if we have our
नवाब भागलपुर का स्कूल है. सारे मेरे क्लास में लोग हैं, सब अपने दोस्त हैं। सब मेरे क्लास में
So this, we thought that Canada-Pakistan Business Council would want to appreciate and recognize one of our very, very own, the great, wonderful person, Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim, for his excellent work in philanthropy. I'm equally humbled and honored that we were present at the convocation ceremony and the reception afterwards. And I reached out to Dr. Lakshmi and I said, Dr. Lakshmi, I got to do this and you got to be there to say a few words. And he was very kind enough. He says, let's work out the dates. So from 17th October, we were able to do this on the 10th of November. Finally, most of the dates went. So interestingly, because it was finalized that it's going to be the 10th of November, in between there was a whirlwind trip that happened that a colleague of mine, who's been previously recognized by CPBC, Zishan Ali and myself, we went to Pakistan to attend Startup Grind and Strategic Summit. And I tell you, what an amazing and a phenomenal trip. This was in continuation to our March CPBC ICT delegation, where I think we built upon a lot of opportunities. In continuation to that, we got invited, and lo and behold, we had an amazing interaction with people in the government, with Zishan's Global Rainbow Cloud Initiative as a not-for-profit, and his role as a vice president of Salesforce. CPBC was able to muster the attention of the people to be, and perhaps you will hear something very, very good at some point in time. And I think I would want to thank you, Zishan, for being there and taking that lead and making, hopefully, inroads into doing and giving back to the community. And that's part of all the celebration that we are here today. I will just want to mention a couple of things whilst we are here. Is based on this, in July, on the 22nd of July, we were honored to have Minister Mariam Munsif as our chief guest. We were juggling and dates as usual, but she finally came. But the very good thing that happened over there was that the government of Canada and the caucus decided to use Canada-Pakistan Business Council as the forum to announce a $21 million grant for Pakistan. I think that's quite an achievement by itself. As you are aware that the government of Canada is working in terms of women empowerment, and this grant is spread over 4 years, and I'm assuming that with the continuity of the government, it should be a smooth sailing. So here's really what it is, and I really I just want to mention the fact that we'll just go straight into this. What I want to mention is I've had the pleasure of knowing Sajjad for a very long time. Whenever, whether it was in Pakistan, whether it was in Canada, I would receive calls and instantly I would recognize the voice, and so would the other person on the line wanting to talk to my mother. That is Mrs. Sajjad Ebrahim, Khairu auntie for us. So mashallah, the family is taking care of her in Dubai, and mashallah, you are fortunate to continue to have her blessings. My mom and they were good friends, so I just want to make sure of mentioning such wonderful long-term relationships. Sajjad, I just put in one liner, and beyond that, I will just ask Mr. Lakshmi to speak. And I want to read from what I have written. Sajjad, you are the epitome of community leadership and family values. We all get charmed by your elegance and engaging personality. You are a model not only for our community, but for all Canadians. Thank you for doing all that you do for the benefit of our common humanity. Thank you, Sajjad. I want to request Dr. Lakshmi to come and say a few words, if I may. Dr. Lakshmi is the President and Vice Chancellor of Ryerson and engaging in a lot of work. With his permission, during dinner, I'm going to show a very interesting film about an engagement about 10 years ago. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum, greetings, good evening, bonsoir tout le monde. It's very important for me to recognize the people who are at my table. I'm actually honored to have not only one honorary doctorate from Ryerson University, but two. So I'm very pleased to be at the same table as two of our honorees at Ryerson University. Of course, tonight we are celebrating the achievements and contributions to our country, but also to the communities around the world of Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim, but also a great Canadian in her work, really advancing equity, justice, and access to equal opportunities for all Canadians. Very pleased to see tonight my friend Dr. Jean Augustine. So it's an honor for Ryerson to recognize both of them. Both have been recognized this year with an honorary doctorate. And this is actually a tradition for us, really, to pay attention to those who are contributing to our country. And it's very important also to recognize people from various communities. I can tell you this is a tradition at Ryerson University. We are the only university in Canada that recognizes a giant, and that is Nelson Mandela. So Ryerson is the only university that awarded Nelson Mandela with honorary doctorate with his wife. That happened about 15 years ago, and we continued with the tradition of recognizing all contributions from all Canadians to this great country. So it's my privilege to be here with you tonight to honor one member of our community. And as I said, we awarded Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim an honorary doctorate from Ryerson University. And this is the highest award recognizing people who have made extraordinary contributions to our country and, as I said, to society in general. Dr. Ebrahim has just done that with remarkable contributions and leadership in community services, because it's very important for us to not only justify but also to present to our students. We have 45,000 students, and it's very important to bring on stage people who are considered as a role model for students, and we are very proud to have probably the most diverse student body in the country, if not in the world, and that is the significance of bringing people like Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim talking to our students. And I can tell you he delivered a very powerful speech to our students. His speech is available on our website, so those of you who are interested, I invite you to go to our website and then listen to his speech during convocation. I would say Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim has served the community. This is a tradition, it's actually a family tradition. He has created a legacy of philanthropy and commitment, taking many meaningful contributions, as I said, in Canada, in Pakistan, and in other places around the world. In 1959, his grandfather started an organization in Pakistan to help prevent blindness. Today, Dr. Sajjad is a principal supporter of the Society of the Prevention and Cure of Blindness in Pakistan, which performs more than 60,000 surgeries each year. And that's very significant. And those surgeries are mostly in the poorest rural areas of Pakistan. He has stepped up to support Pakistan communities when they needed it the most, especially following earthquakes and floods. In Canada, Dr. Sajjad has followed the same philanthropic purpose to make sure no one is left behind in the community. And I can tell you, I'm pleased that we are honoring you here in Brampton, because I have been involved in many discussions with the communities here in Brampton in the last number of years, because Ryerson is establishing also presence in Brampton, and I can tell you that in terms of healthcare, the name of Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim is high there in terms of contribution to the hospital, and that is an important message for all of us. And I would, in this case, talk about our community. This is an important area where we should do more. And we should take the work done by Dr. Sajjad as an example, because, you know, I think we are all very familiar with the saying of our Prophet that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. This is a great example of giving back to the community and helping people who are in need. So his contribution is in different areas: healthcare, education, and many other areas. I can give you just an example of the work that we have been doing in recent years at Ryerson University, and I personally witnessed his generosity firsthand. We have launched a program at Ryerson to support Syrian refugees. If you recall, with the previous federal government, the only possibility to support Syrian refugees was through a partnership or sponsorship, private sponsorship. And Ryerson led the Lifeline Syria Challenge, really to invite members of the communities, different communities here in Toronto, to help with sponsorship of families. So in efforts to do that, we have been able to sponsor, with the help of many members of different communities, 75 families. That's all private sponsorship. I'll give you just a number, and this is a testimony of contribution of Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim. Out of the 75 families that we have sponsored, Dr. Sajjad was able to take 20 families. So that's a significant contribution, so thank you so much. Tonight, let me congratulate you, Dr. Sajjad, for your honorary doctorate from Ryerson University, and I'm sure this will be just a starting point, because we like to lead, and I'm sure other universities will notice your contribution to this great country and to the community. I'll give you an example. 3 years ago, we awarded an honorary doctorate to the president of the Raptors. That was 2-3 years ago. That's because we saw leadership in there. And when we announced that we are going to award an honorary doctorate to Messiah Ujiri, I personally, as a president, received a number of calls saying that, why you are doing this? Last year in the summer, or this summer, I had many people calling me that, saying that I think Ryerson is leader in identifying the true leaders in the community. So I think with what we have done this year, that will be a beginning, giving an opportunity for other schools and other universities to recognize your various contributions. So let me say on behalf of everyone in this room, thank you for serving the communities in Canada, in Pakistan, and overseas. Your leadership and commitment, and on behalf of everyone, you are a model for all of us, and your work is really inspirational. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor. I think we deserve a special round of applause for Dr. Lashmi. I've gotten to know him for a little while now, and I see the amazing engagement that he does for the community. An organization such as ours can only function and flourish based on our support from our sponsors. And to start off with, I have right in front of me Imtiaz Saeed, corporate sponsor representing RBC. Imtiaz, thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Sitting on the same table is Mr. Ali Gazalbash, an award recipient 3 years in a row, and many accolades that he has representing TWI Food. It's interesting, papes get exported out of Canada into Pakistan and others. Ali, a very dear friend of ours, Syed Shah and his wife, for the global work that you do from Germany to Canada to Pakistan to whatever. So thank you, sir. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to still continue. But I wanted to make sure that I did recognize Louis De Palma. Louis De Palma is representing the Ontario Chamber of Commerce. Please rise and be recognized. We have confirmation from Louis De Palma and Rocco Rossi, the president of Ontario Chamber of Commerce, that inshallah, if all gets going well, they will be accompanying the CPBC delegation, and Mr. Rocco Rossi will be leading that initiative to Pakistan. So thank you very much. What we are, with the support of all our directors and advisors and all our special guests, I really want to thank you. I'm delighted that Andy Merchant is here. For all the wonderful work that he's done, we were able to recognize him as the Lifetime Achievement Award for the wonderful work that he's done. I learned so much, and this is how we take this forward in many ways. And thank you for all the good work that you did. I picked up so many good things from there. I have Dr. Rafi Mustafa, he'll come in and say a few words. I have, who's a director, Mr. Alam Faja, also a director for the Business Council, Naveed Haider, also a director, and really, he does all the work, and I tend to look good, so thank you, Naveed. And of course, thanks to Sajjad for this opportunity. So, if I have missed, I'm sure somebody will point me out. Of course, Nadeem Naqvi Saab jo hai na, what a legend this gentleman is. He, from Karachi Stock Exchange, he helped convert it into Pakistan Stock Exchange. And for personal and family reasons, he came to Canada. And I had the honor and privilege of knowing him well. And I said, you're not going anywhere. You are sitting on the board of Canada-Pakistan Business Council, and we're delighted to welcome Nadeem Bhai as the Vice President of Canada-Pakistan Business Council. Thank you. So we are here to celebrate, recognize, and honor Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim. Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim, you know what? There it is. So here goes. This is a little, in trying to do justice, I felt that I am not qualified enough to recognize and to describe a personality of this stature. So we thought we would just put up a few points of what has happened. And the story, you will hear a short story from Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim himself. Multiple award winners. I've seen him do some amazing stuff. Stands up and says almost $1 million for for school and citizen foundation and blah, blah, blah. And so many things. So, well, you know, mashallah, amazing stuff that's happening. And you know what, Dr. Lashmi, there's too many doctors in the room. So what I did in trying to do justice to Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim, we decided to pick up that 2-3 minute introduction at the convocation. So you'll get a fair idea. Instead of you downloading, please, you may be tempted to download, but I'm going to have you see this little introduction, and then we will ask Sajjad Ebrahim to come over. Sorry, I'm not here.
Started an organization in Pakistan to help prevent blindness. Today, the Society for the Prevention and Cure of Blindness in Pakistan performs more than 60,000 cataract surgeries each year in the country's poorest rural areas. In Canada, Sajjad Ebrahim carries on that legacy of philanthropy and commitment. He came to this country with his family in 1977, settling in Toronto. In his first year here, Mr. Ebrahim acquired a small plastics company called Parpak. Over the next 36 years, he grew it into a major enterprise with more than 900 employees and $200 million in annual revenues. He has since sold the business and brought his focus to philanthropy, both in Canada and internationally. In healthcare, he donated $2.5 million to the Urgent Care Center at Peel Memorial Center for Integrated Health and Wellness. It is the largest individual gift made to the William Osler Health System Foundation. At the time of the donation, Mr. Ebrahim said, "It is, quote, an honor and a privilege," end quote, to be able to make the donation. The gift, he said, quote, expresses my family's thanks to this community and this country, end quote. Mr. Ebrahim supports York University and the University of Toronto, and on our campus, he was instrumental in assisting Ryerson's Lifeline Syria Challenge, sponsoring and helping to resettle refugee families in Canada. The work has changed the lives of 20 families and 65 individuals, many with unique needs. Mr. Ebrahim has also continued the family's work in Pakistan, helping to fund projects in education, health, housing, and child welfare. He has stepped up to support Pakistan's communities when they have needed help the most during earthquakes and floods that have struck the country in recent years. For the graduating students today, and indeed for all of us, Mr. Ebrahim is a living example of Ryerson's values. His leadership in community service is a model for others, and his work is an inspiration. Sajjad Ebrahim, for your service to communities in Canada and abroad, your personal commitment to the well-being of people in need, and as an example for the rest of us, we honor and thank you today. I would like now to call Chancellor Kakuza, President Lashmi, and Sajjad Ebrahim to the podium for the conferring of the degree.
Bear with us. I want you to see the award presentation as well. Quick one.
Ryerson University, by virtue of the authority granted by the Province of Ontario under the Ryerson University Act, has awarded the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa with all the rights and privileges attended thereon to Sajjad Ebrahim.
Nothing more to say. I do not say anything. It's Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim. Please take the floor. Thank you very much.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you to Dr. Lakshmi for your very kind words. Really appreciate your coming out and doing that. Thank you. Thank you, Canada-Pakistan Business Council, for this evening. CPBC has been very fortunate to have a very dedicated board and selfless leadership, first in Andy Merchant and then in Samir Dosal. Samir's dedication and passion to create opportunities of trade and collaboration between Canada and Pakistan is truly commendable. I would like all of us now to give a big hand of applause to the board and to Samir and Andy for a wonderful work that they've done. I have known Samir since childhood, and our families were friends. And Samir wanted me to repeat my speech that I had delivered at Ryerson. But I thought first we draw you all out on a cold Sunday evening and then put you through a very long speech. This would definitely leave me with an honorary doctorate but very few friends. I thank Allah for all His blessings, and because of which I am standing before you today. I sincerely and with utmost humility believe that whatever I have achieved in life, including the doctorate, is all due to Almighty's mercy. I am truly grateful to Him for providing me with the resources, the opportunities, the ability, and the guidance. I was fortunate to be born into a God-conscious family. My elders truly lived by the Quranic guidance, Mimma razaqnahum yunfikun. Give out of what you have been provided to you. All major religions of the world teach the same language, and this has also been my guiding principle. As a young child, I observed and learned from my grandfather, Hassan Ali Ebrahim, and his wife, my Dadi, who not only lived a disciplined life, and were very concerned about the welfare of the less fortunate in the community. They believed in the saying that give a man a fish and you will feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you will feed him for a lifetime. I remember when women came to my Dadi for help, she would assess their abilities and talents and would help them start some sort of a small enterprise so they could fend for themselves and their families. This has been my objective too wherever I can contribute. By the grace of Allah, I have had the opportunity to be involved in many charitable activities in Pakistan. However, a lot of things have been said for the one that is closest to my heart, which is the Society for the Prevention and Cure of Blindness. Interestingly, the society has, since its inception, done over 1.2 million free cataract surgeries in the remote parts of Pakistan. Interest, according to the Quran, is a highly debatable issue, but on a very personal and subjective level, I had decided that I would not borrow and deal in interest. I bought Parpac in 1977, a small company with 20 employees. When I sold this company after 36 years, by the grace of God, this company had grown to 900 employees and over $200 million in sales, and yes, all of it with no borrowing. This was my simple way of abiding by God's command in order to earn His pleasure, and my life bears testimony that He blessed my intention and hard work, for which I cannot thank Him enough. At the Ryerson convocation, I mentioned faith in the Almighty, abiding by principles, hard work. In other words, providence, principles, and perseverance are the 3 P's which have shaped my life. My speech at Ryerson was about the 3 Ps plus philanthropy, and I ended my speech with a quote from a book called Attitude by Nito R. Cuban. I'd like to present this book to all of you, and I have given Sameer these books, which will be given to each family. It says, and I quote, "Pursue a purpose bigger than you. Public recognition and money are only superficial ways of keeping score. Success is focused on tasks, even goals. Significance focuses on purpose. When you set your sight on living a life of significance, you use your talents to make this world a better place and work to plant the seeds of greatness in the lives of those around you." I end with this prayer that may each one of us, with the help of Allah, lead a life of significance. Thank you.
How wonderful, Sajjad. Thank you for doing what you're doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to sit down and then call you back again. So, what a wonderful journey. Something to learn about, right? Thank you. Another round of applause, please. So, to sum it up, just wanted to make sure that this was a focused, small, not a very extended event. Just wanted to bring in perhaps one person, and we were debating as to who it's going to be, and the consensus was that we're going to request Dr. Rafi Mustafa to come and say a few words. Dr. Rafi Mustafa was very much involved with IDRF. Actually, my engagement with IDRF at around 2005 was because of him, because of Sajjad, Ebrahim and Musti and all the people that got together around the earthquake time, and that's when I got involved. And then we also have the honor of having Dr. Rafi Mustafa as our board member as well. He's one of the few people that I pick up the phone if I have some concerns, and I'll talk to him. So, Dr. Rafi Mustafa, please come up. And perhaps whilst the evening is for Sajjad Ebrahim, you may want to welcome Zaid Jiba, also the current chair, and just pick up from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sameer. Could we have the slide on while I speak? It's really amazing that people like Dr. Sajjad Ebrahim are not born every day. And he belongs to a rare breed. In fact, the world has to wait for many, many years before it sees another one of him. Now, I met Sajjad Ebrahim, it was about 30 years ago. And when I saw him for the first time, he gave me a lesson. He doesn't know that, and I am saying it for the first time after 30 years. I've never told him that. What is it in this picture that you notice? There you go. And this is what I noticed, that when I met him, he smiled. And at that time, I was not very happy. In fact, I was frowning at that time. And so in return, I smiled. And it brightened my day. Things changed. And somehow, I started feeling relaxed. So, Sajjad Ebrahim is known for his philanthropy. And I'm honored to have known him all these years, and especially during the time that I headed IDRF. And I found him to be empathetic. I found him to be very humble and philanthropic. Now, philanthropy does not necessarily mean dollar value. Whether you are spending $1 billion or $1, or you are not spending anything. Because this is considered to be the lowest form of philanthropy. And this is basically from the saying of the Prophet, that the least that you can give to someone is a smile. And having learned it from Sajjad Ebrahim, I've tried it all the time. These days, especially like when I came to Canada about 53 years ago, I call myself a chronic Canadian. And when I came here, one thing that I noticed was that as you pass by, people smile at you and they say hi. And so you say hi back. But it doesn't happen anymore in Canada. It doesn't happen anymore in Toronto. Because in Toronto, everybody has got something plugged in. And as they are walking by, they have got something going on, or looks like they are talking to themselves. And you step into an elevator and you see that there's an elevator full of people and they are all holding their phones and nobody talks to you. Now, in that environment, if I'm walking and somebody is coming with a frown on his face and I smile hi, and he smiles back, what does it do to him? It basically brightens his day. And that's what Sajjad Ebrahim is. That whenever you meet him, he'll brighten your day. It's an honor for me to thank him for being here. And in fact, it's an evening when we are honoring one of our own. And I'm thankful to Dr. Rashmi, Professor Rashmi, and to Ryerson University, and to Sajjad Ebrahim for honoring him. And may God bless him. Sajjad, thank you very much for what you have done. In fact, I would like to thank you on behalf of the Board of Directors, on behalf of the advisors and the members of Canada-Pakistan Business Council, and on behalf of, I'll take the liberty to thank you on behalf of many organizations with whom you have been involved, particularly IDRF. Zed Jiva is here, who currently chairs IDRF, and we have had a long relationship with you, and we always benefited. So whenever there were times, especially when I was chairing IDRF, we were going through some tough times in the world. We had tsunami, and we had earthquakes, and I remember you having sitting there and advising us. We were always looking for the direction, and you were advising us. And then you had your own project. Dr. Lakshmi mentioned your project of the blind people, and you got involved there as well, building houses for earthquake victims. Thank you very much for all that you have done for the community. And may God bless you, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Hold on, this is yours too.
जी साहब, आज जिस शख्सियत से आपकी मुलाकात करवाने लगी हूँ, मैंने खुद अपनी ज़िंदगी में बहुत से मुश्किल वक्त देखे, मगर मैंने कभी हिम्मत नहीं हारी। और जिस शख्स से मेरी आज मुलाकात हुई, मुझे प्रैक्टिकली मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो रहे हैं। इस शख्स को मैं ढूंढ रही थी तब जब पील मेमोरियल को एक पहली डोनेशन दी गई थी। इट वाज अराउंड 1 मिलियन के करीब डोनेशन थी। जनाब सज्जाद इब्राहिम इनका नाम है। और आज समीर भाई, आपका बहुत शुक्रिया। यू इनवाइटेड मी हियर एंड आई केम अक्रॉस दिस जेंटलमैन, अ प्राइड ऑफ पाकिस्तान, अ प्राइड ऑफ दिस नेशन। अल्लाह करे कि मैं और आप फॉलो कर सकें। दिस इज़ माई सक्सेस स्टोरी टुडे। समीर भाई, आई विश आपका सबसे पहले तो बहुत शुक्रिया कि यू मेड मी टू कम अक्रॉस दिस पर्सन जिसकी मैं मुलाकात इस कम्युनिटी से कराना चाहती।
मेरा कुछ नहीं है, बात तो सारा ये है कि इनकी पर्सनालिटी है, इनकी काबिलियत है, इनका फोकस है, इनका डेडिकेशन है, इनका बिलीव है, इनका اللہ میں بلیف ہے اور جو فوکس کر کے انہوں نے جو کام کیا ہے آئی ایم شیور آپ ان کی کچھ تقریر بھی پیش کریں گی وچ ول ٹیل دا اسٹوری آف دا پرسن بیہائنڈ دس ہمبل اینڈ یٹ گریٹ مین.
بہت شکریہ جناب سجاد ابراہیم صاحب سے بات کراتی ہوں. کینیڈا میں آ کے یہاں کے اس سسٹم کو، جس سسٹم نے مجھے اور آپ کو بہت کچھ دیا، مجھے اور آپ کو ریپرزینٹ کرتے ہوئے اس سسٹم کو ریٹرن کیا. آن ٹاپ آف دیٹ although he left Pakistan in 1977 but he did not leave Pakistan. He is still in Pakistan with those who need him the most. سر آپ کو بہت شکریہ فار گیونگ می ٹائم.
بہت شکریہ. تھینک یو ویری مچ. آپ لوگ بہت اپنا زیادہ کہہ رہے ہیں. یہ تو کام ہی اپنا ہے. پاکستان اپنا ملک ہے اینڈ اللہ کی بڑی مہربانی ہے جس کی وجہ سے یہ سب ہو رہا ہے.
سر آج بڑی خوبصورت بات آپ کے بارے میں کہی گئی اور میرا خیال ہے انہوں نے کہا کہ اس تصویر میں کیا چیز الگ نظر آتی ہے اینڈ دیٹ از یور اسمائل. اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ نے آپ کا ماتھا ہنستا رکھا ہے. انسان، میں نے بہت سے لوگوں کو دیکھا ہے جب عزت، شہرت، پیسہ ملتا ہے تو پریشانیاں بھی اس کے ساتھ آتی ہیں، مگر اللہ نے آپ کے چہرے پہ جو سکون رکھا ہے اس کی وجہ بتا دیجیے.
یہ سب اللہ کا دیا ہوا ہے، اس کے اندر کوئی شک نہیں ہے. میرا کوئی کمال نہیں ہے اس میں. یہ اللہ کی مہربانی ہے کہ اس نے مجھے اپنا بہت نوازا ہے، بہت زیادہ نوازا ہے. میں اس کا شکریہ ادا ہی نہیں کر سکتا ہوں.
سر میرے لیے آج آپ، اور جب سے میں آپ کو ڈھونڈ رہی تھی، جب آپ نے پہلے ڈونیشن جو آپ کی ایک میں نے پڑھی تھی جو پیل میموریل کو دی تھی، آئی تھنک اٹ واز 1 ملین 2.5 ملین ایگزیکٹلی. تو اس کے بعد سے میں نے آپ کو ڈھونڈنا شروع کیا تھا. بہت سے لوگ یہ سمجھتے ہیں کہ شاید اللہ نے جو مجھے دیا ہے، اگر میں نے اس کو دیا تو میری رزق میں کمی ہو جائے گی. ان لوگوں کے لیے پیغام دیجیے.
اللہ نے تو قرآن میں واضح طور پر کہا ہے نا کہ اگر آپ ایک دیں گے تو آپ کو 7 ملیں گے، 70 ٹائمز ملیں گے. اللہ کا وعدہ تو ہمیشہ پورا ہی ہوتا ہے.
کوئی ایک پریشانی زندگی میں؟
اللہ کی بہت مہربانی ہے. اللہ کی بہت مہربانی ہے.
آپ کے چہرے سے وہ سکون نظر آتا ہے. سر میری آپ سے ریکویسٹ ہے، بی دا رول. آئی نو آپ کے لیے، سمیر بھائی آپ کے لیے یہ سارا گروپ ہے، مگر دیر آر مینی پیپل آؤٹ دیئر لسننگ ٹو دا ریڈیو. دے نیڈ یو اینڈ دے نیڈ ہز ورڈس. آئی ریکویسٹ پلیز جوائن اس ایٹ دا ریڈیو.
انشاءاللہ کریں گے.
اٹس اے کمٹمنٹ. کیونکہ آپ نے کہہ دیا یہ آئی پی ایم والا انشاءاللہ تو نہیں ہے نا؟
نہیں.
انشاءاللہ میں لے کے آؤں گی ریڈیو پہ 770 پہ انشاءاللہ. ہی ول بی آور پرائڈ. ہی از آور پرائڈ. ہی ول بی آور گیسٹ. سر تھینک یو.
آپ کی جو آواز ہے نا، یہ آواز اور آپ کی جو ساری جو کنٹریبیوشنز ہیں، آپ ہی وہ ذریعہ ہیں جو یہ اچھی آوازوں کو عام لوگوں تک پہنچاتے ہیں، اور اس کا میں آپ کا شکریہ ادا کرنا چاہوں گا.
سمیر بھائی میں ایک بات یہ کہتی ہوں کہ بہت سے لوگ نا یہاں پہ دنیا میں نے دیکھا ہے کہ بعض اوقات آپ جیسے کسی اچھے انسان سے رابطہ ہوتا ہے تو کہتے ہیں کہ میرا ریفرنس میرے تک رہ جائے، کوئی چھین کے نہ لے جائے. بٹ دا بیوٹی آف دس جینٹل مین از سمیر بھائی، کینیڈا پاکستان بزنس کاؤنسل، کہ مجھ جیسے انسان کو آپ نے ہمیشہ انوائٹ کیا ٹو برنگ دیز پیپل دیر ویئر ایوری بڈی نیڈز دیئر ورڈس.
ہیومینٹی ہے.
نہیں، سمیر کا تو اپنا بڑا کنٹریبیوشن ہے اینڈ بڑی سیلفلیسلی اپنا یہ پاکستان کو پروموٹ کر رہے ہیں.
ماشاءاللہ سر، بہت شکریہ. آئی وش یو آل دا بیسٹ. اور پاکستان زندہ باد.
پاکستان زندہ باد.
جی صاحب، ایک بار پھر سے خوش آمدید. میں نے آپ سے کہا نا کہ ہر بڑے آدمی کے پیچھے نمبر 1 مدر، the one who raises her child, and then afterwards جب شادی ہو جاتی ہے تو میرا خیال ہے ہر بڑے آدمی کے پیچھے ایک خاتون ہوتی ہیں. سمیر بھائی آپ بھی بیگم صاحبہ کو بلا لیں اور آپ بھی میرے ساتھ آ جائیں. کینیڈا پاکستان بزنس کاؤنسل کی بہت شکر گزار ہوں کہ انہوں نے اتنے خوبصورت لوگوں سے میری ملاقات کرائی. مسز ڈاکٹر سجاد میرے ساتھ ہیں، مسز ڈاکٹر سجاد ابراہیم میرے ساتھ ہیں. عذرا صاحبہ، بہت شکریہ کہ آپ نے کھانا کھاتے ہوئے میں مجھے 2 منٹ کا ٹائم.
نہیں، ناٹ ایٹ آل، اٹس این آنر.
اچھا، میں نے ان کے چہرے پہ بھی بہت خوبصورت طمانینت، سکون، اسمائل دیکھی. آپ کے چہرے پہ بھی دیکھی.
آئی تھنک یہ اللہ کا کرم ہے ہم دونوں پر.
نور نور برستا ہے. جو اچھا کام کرتے ہیں تو ایسے ہی ہوتا ہے نا, اللہ کی طرف سے, اللہ کی دین ہے. میں تو اس کو فرم بلیور ہوں کہ اللہ کی دین ہے. جو اچھا کام کرتے ہیں ان کے منہ پہ, ان کی شکل پہ, ان کی اداؤں میں نور برستا ہے. میرا تجربہ ہے, میں نے زندگی میں بڑے لوگوں کو دیکھا ہے جو یہ کام کرتے ہیں.
عزرا جی, میں آپ سے یہ پوچھنا چاہتی ہوں کہ الحمدللہ اللہ نے آپ کو بہت رزق دیا اور اپنے رزق میں سے آپ نے لوگوں کے لیے خرچ بھی بہت کیا. ایک عام آدمی کے لیے آپ کیا پیغام دیں گے؟
ایک عام آدمی کے لیے میں یہی پیغام دوں گی کہ ضروری نہیں ہے کہ پیسے ہوں آپ کے پاس خرچ کرنے کے لیے. اللہ تعالیٰ نے ہر انسان کو کوئی نہ کوئی کسی نہ کسی ایبلٹی سے, ٹیلنٹ سے نوازا ہوا ہے, اور ہم اگر بس دیتے رہیں تو جو اطمینان اور سکون آپ کو کوئی نہ بڑا گاڑی, نہ گھر, نہ ڈاکٹریٹ, نہ ڈگری دے سکتا ہے, وہ سکون آپ کو حاصل ہو سکتا ہے. یہ میرا اپنا ذاتی تجربہ ہے.
جب آپ خرچ کرتی ہیں, لوگوں کی آئی سرجریز ہوتی ہیں, کیٹریکٹ کا علاج ہوتا ہے پاکستان میں 60,000 لوگوں کا ایوری ایئر.
جی جی,
یہ علاج ہوتا ہے, تو آپ اپنے دل میں کیا سکون محسوس کرتی ہیں؟
وہ سرجریز وغیرہ میں میرا تو اتنا کوئی خاص کنٹریبیوشن نہیں ہے, وہ پیسے سجاد بھیجتے ہیں پاکستان. لیکن میں خود اپنے طریقے سے جو کچھ بھی کر سکتی ہوں. ایک چھوٹا سا مثال میں آپ کو دیتی ہوں کہ یہاں پہ جو کپڑے ہیں خواتین بناتی رہتی ہیں اور اتنے مہنگے مہنگے کپڑے پہنتی ہیں, اور پھر اس کے بعد وہ دوسرے فنکشن میں ان کو ایک اور جوڑا چاہیے ہوتا تھا. تو 10 سال پہلے میں نے یہ شروع کیا تھا کہ وہ سارے کپڑے جمع کر کے میں پاکستان بھیجتی ہوں, اور انڈیا بھی, غریب بچیوں کی شادی کے لیے. تو اٹس سم تھنگ وچ از, اگر دیکھیں تو میرے تو کچھ خرچ نہیں ہو رہا ہے سوائے اس کو بھیجنے کے, لیکن جو سکون اور اطمینان اور خوشیاں ملتی ہیں وہ جب ایک ایک جوڑا جاتا ہے, اور وہ بچی جس کی شادی ہو رہی ہوتی ہے ان کی جب تصویریں آتی ہیں اور جو ان کی آنکھوں میں چمک کہ اس قسم کے کپڑے وہ کبھی سوچ بھی نہیں سکتی ہے. تو جو بھی ہو سکتا ہے ایون ٹو دیٹ لیول ہمیں بس کرتے رہنا چاہیے.
آپ کتنی ہمبل ہیں. آپ نے کہا کہ وہ تو صرف سجاد کرتے ہیں, مگر میرا خیال ہے کہ اگر ایک آدمی اچھا کام کرتا ہے تو وہ بھی موٹیویشن آف وائف, اور اگر ایک آدمی غلط کام کی طرف مائل ہوتا ہے تو بھی موٹیویشن آف اے وومن. تو
نہیں, میں سیدھا رکھتی ہوں. نہیں, میں سیدھا رکھتی ہوں اور ڈراتی جاتی ہوں کہ یہ 2 دن کی زندگی ہے اور واپس اللہ کو جا کے منہ جب دکھانا ہے. ہاں بس.
this means the credit goes to you.
No, the credit goes to, I think, to God Almighty. کہ otherwise بندہ.
Allah has blessed him with such a great wife.
No, that.
تو جی دیکھیے جی, اچھے کو یاد دلانا یہ بہت بڑی بات ہے, اور مطلب وہ تو آپ ہی کام کر رہی ہیں.
نہیں, وہ بندہ بہت اچھا ہے, کیونکہ اگر اللہ اتنا نوازے کسی کو دولت سے تو بھٹکنا بہت آسان ہو جاتا ہے. اینڈ اتنی ماشاء اللہ ایون ایٹ ہوم اتنا وہ اچھا انسان ہے نا کہ وہ اپنے منہ میاں مٹھو اپنے.
اچھا, کبھی ناراض ہوتے ہیں؟
بہت 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 ناراض ہوتے ہیں.
مناتا کون ہے؟
خود ہی من جاتے ہیں کیونکہ میرے پاس حوصلہ نہیں ہے.
Another good thing. Another good thing. آپ کے بچے کتنے؟
6 ماشاء اللہ.
کیا وجہ ہے کہ اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ نے آپ کو اتنا دیا؟ اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ اور سے نوازے گا, اور مجھے یقین ہے کہ وہی 1 کے 70 ملتے چلے جائیں گے آپ کو. How many kids do you have?
6 ماشاء اللہ.
لگتا تو نہیں ہے.
جی 6 بچے ماشاء اللہ.
آپ کے اپنے؟
2 اپنے ہیں اور 4 سجاد کی پہلے ہی وائف سے. جی
صحیح. اچھا, مجھے نہیں پتا تھا, مگر آپ نے بہت پیاری بات آپ نے یہ بھی کہی کہ میرے اپنے بچوں کو کس سائڈ پہ لے کے گئی, بچوں کو کیا تعلیم دلوائی آپ؟
بچے اپنے اپنے طریقوں سے اپنے طرف سے تو کوشش میں لگے رہتے ہیں ہم لوگ, لیکن بچے آج کل کے بچے ہیں جس کا جو دل چاہتا ہے وہ کرتے پھرتے ہیں, مگر بچے بھی ماشاء اللہ دے آر انٹو چیریٹی. ہاں بالکل بالکل.
آپ لوگ کزنز ہیں؟
نہیں, بالکل نہیں, بالکل نہیں.
ماشاء اللہ. عذرا, آپ سے ملاقات کر کے آنیسٹ ٹو گاڈ بہت اچھا لگا. ایک سوال بڑا عجیب سا میرے دماغ میں ہے. ماشاء اللہ یو آر ڈریسڈ, بیوٹیفلی ڈریسڈ. بعض اوقات جب اللہ وہ کہتے ہیں نا خدا جب حسن دیتا ہے نزاکت آ ہی جاتی ہے, کبھی آپ کو فخر بھی آتا ہے؟
بالکل بھی نہیں آتا ہے. مجھے جب کوئی کہتے تم بہت اچھی لگتی ہو, میں سوچتی ہوں اچھا میں اچھی ہوں. No, it's honestly like when people say, so then I just stop and I say, acha, like.
माशाल्लाह नहीं कभी अपनी बर्तरी का एहसास हुआ
कभी नहीं, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, कभी नहीं, कभी
शायद
नहीं,
अल्लाह ने इसीलिए आपको
कभी नहीं, कभी नहीं, कभी नहीं.
अल्लाह तबारिक व तआला आपको और दे. सामीन मेरे रोल मॉडल्स हैं, ये मेरी सक्सेस स्टोरी थी. मैं खुद ऐसे लोगों से सीखती हूँ. इंसान पैदा होने से लेके कब्र की रास्ते तक सीखता चला जाता है, और खुदा करे मुझे और आपको ऐसे लोग मिलते रहें ताकि हम उनसे वो वाइब्स ले सकें, हम वो उनसे एनर्जी ले सकें, हम उनसे वो सीख सकें कि अल्लाह ने उसको इतना दिया है मगर उसके बावजूद वो इतना हम्बल है, तो मैं क्यों नहीं हम्बल हो सकता. अज़रा आपका बेइंतहा
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत शुक्रिया.
What a beautiful smiling face.
And she's always like this, smiling. She's always smiling.
You're so sweet.